Well, let me, Nolan, before I get to you, I'm just going to say, look, man, I grew up romanticizing the space race, thinking that by the time I was this age, I'd be doing this podcast at my, condo on Mars, or at least on the moon. I firmly believe that the human species will have to expand beyond the confines of Earth, if for no other reason for survival. Should some great conflagration occur on the planet Earth, the species wouldn't be wiped out. It increases the possibility of the species thriving and surviving. Plus, I really like the idea of to me, it was Star Trek, and of course, the Space Family Robinson, Lost in Space. I thought it'd be cool as hell just to be out in space all the time. But I bought into that, and I every every bit of what we do today, the computers that we use, all the technology was born of the space program, including the fact that we're sitting here talking right now. All of that was born from the '60s space race. So I still am for it. This Artemis 3 mission is now going to be repurposed to, instead of going to the moon, it's going to be more like Apollo 7 or Apollo 8, just testing out a new lunar lander. I it, it I'm also confused by the fact that we were able to perfect a technology or create a technology in the 60s, when a computer, it would take the size of my living room to do what I'm doing on my laptop. We were able to do that then and can't do it now. And that to me is the saddest part of this whole equation, is that we seem to lack the will, the drive, and of course, we can't even use our own technology, and we're busy fighting measles epidemics. Go ahead, Nolan. It's all you.
Yeah. Well, I think you said this point, but it can be something like Land on the Moon. It's something to bring the country together. It's something to have a pride in, a sense of pride. It can have that unity that I think we've been thirsty for, especially the last 50 years in this country. We've been so divided. And even if it is something like landing on Mars, there's going to be so much other research around it. It's going to draw so many new people to the field of sciences that there'll be all these offshoots of discoveries and benefits for us as a result of it. So I think it is very sad. I think it's very sad we've abandoned those kind of national goals where we come together around something like the fact we land on the moon is awesome. I mean, it's one of the coolest things that you can talk about the United States did in the 20th century. Today, like probably half the people think it's fake. Like, it's not even like a celebrated
Yeah.
outcome, you know. And right now we're seeing people who are driven to science largely for profit, corporate interests. That idea of like human discovery and like pride of the nation seems to be lost. I think something like a scientific goal, even if it is colonizing Mars or whatever, it could be part of that effort. So I would be a big supporter of it. I think it's sad that we're reducing what has already been a reduced program in terms of space travel.
Well, and to Mark's point about cleaning up some of the space debris, I saw it, and this is from Popular Mechanics, I believe it was, that the research going into getting rid of space debris would be research that would assist us in many areas on Earth with cleaning up pollution. So there are benefits to pure science. And I still have a dream of buying a condo on the moon. I want to be at Moon Base Alpha, or Moon Base City, and play football in space. I'm still there. So it just bugs me to no end that it in all this argument that we have in the United States. I think you hit a huge point. We've seemed to have lost the pride in who we are and who we could be. And it was the John F. Kennedy the space speech, where he said we choose to do these things not because they are easy, but because they are difficult, because they give us something to achieve. That spirit I don't see anywhere in politics these days.